Hey, Steel Studio podcast.
This is our first live. So
This is preseason. Please bear with us if
making sure
if it doesn't work. We'll waste our time. But we're talking Steelers, so we don't really care. We're father and son talking Steelers.
That's what we do.
We've had a great off season. We haven't had a lot of shows, but we've done a lot of things with videos and about some of the new guys and all the changes on the team.
That's right.
A lot of changes, right, Mike?
Yeah. Everybody was worried. We were going to lose all these people. We were having these big changes where Bud Dupree's going to be gone, Mike Hilton's going to be gone. And, the changes, everything ended up fine. You got Ingram. We got still some potential to make some moves, too.
And I said in one of my videos right after the season that we were going to add some people. And I still think there'll be some veterans cut because the cap's so small this year. And we may grab a corner. We may grab a tackle. If the offensive line struggles in the offseason, we're going to grab somebody. And this year, there'll be more available than there ever has been. And I really believe they're in it to win it. So we're going to be fine. I really believe we're going to be fine. I'm not worried.
Yeah.
The media has been so negative on the Steelers.
The difficult question is this a competitive season for us? I think
Oh,
we'll have a
hell
winning
yeah.
season. Right. But are we?
We have. Here's the
We
here's
don't
the
rebuild, we reload. I get that.
here's the thing
get
that I last year I took from. We did not have difference makers. We did not have guys that would make plays at the right key times when they needed to be made to win games. Those guys are gone. We didn't win a Super Bowl with them. See ya.
Yeah.
Najee Harris,
Couldn't have been that
Pat
good.
Freiermuth, so far they look like they're difference makers, and they want to win, and they're going to make the plays we need to be made when they need to be made. I'm getting fired up thinking
gets
about
so
it.
fired.
Melvin Ingram, too.
I think he's going to be good. And he's a backup.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he could pretend he's going to rotate.
And I think that's why Justin Houston wouldn't come to the team because,
he wasn't going to be able to start.
right, he's not a starter anymore.
Have
Come
you
on,
seen
man.
what's happening to Big Al in Baltimore? He's getting torn apart.
That's what I heard, yeah. I love Big Al. God bless him for his service. But when we look back on the tape last year, why do you think Ben got rid of the ball so damn fast?
They had to.
The line sucked.
And the lines.
They couldn't make a yard. Who cannot make a damn yard? We all knew it.
So how can people be so worried about the O-line this year? All they have to prove themselves.
Well, I mean, if
But-
Ben gets killed in the first game, that's going to be bad.
Hey,
but
but people, I know, I get it. But people are saying that they have to prove themselves. But, I mean, last year was the floor, okay? I mean, you can only go up.
And I'm a little worried about the secondary. I'll admit it's younger.
Yeah.
I was surprised by the Nelson move. But the guy obviously was a cancer on the team. There was more to the story than we're being told.
Speaking of Nelson, I know on video in the background you guys can see my Switzer jersey, which I was gonna change out
man.
with a Nelson
We haven't had
jersey,
time.
and I couldn't change it out. With
We
the
got to
Nelson
turn that
jersey because
around
he left,
in the front.
so it's gonna be in a G jersey.
Yeah, every time I buy Mike a jersey, the guy gets cut or, you know.
And you got me a James Washington one. We were just talking about, like, he said that he had wanted.
He didn't really
didn't
say
actually
that.
say
That's the
that came
media.
out. Yeah, but I was like, don't buy me another jersey, man.
No,
Don't
I got
buy
you a
me
Rocky
TJ
Blair
one.
helmet. That's going to be good for a while, I
He
think.
can't leave the team. It's over.
Oh, man, it's frustrating. But you know what? We have so much talent receiver. I don't blame Washington if he did want to leave. He's not a starter.
Right.
He's not going to play much.
Yeah.
And I think this year with Matt Canada, you're going to see a lot more Derek Watt. You're going to see some things you haven't seen. And with the new offensive line coach, they're very aggressive.
Right.
And we're going to run that fucking effing ball whether you
Doesn't matter.
care or not. I know I shouldn't say that out here, but I'm saying it. We're going to run the ball down your throat. And that's Steeler football. And that's what Rooney was saying. That's the mandate. And that's what we're going to do.
So I know we're not going to talk Final 53 yet, obviously.
No,
It's
it's
way
early.
too early. But who's going to be the starting front five then?
You know what? I talked to Dotson's dad
Yeah.
the other day, and he says he's been injured. He hurt his ankle, I think.
He
Ankle.
is listed on ESPN as injured as well.
He's
know
working
that
his way,
he's
but he is going to start over Coward. Coward's a nice kid. He's working hard. He's
What about
aggressive.
Finney?
Nah.
Sounds like he's just
I like
not doing
Fenny.
that
He's a
great.
Steeler, but he's going to be a backup.
right.
And that's good to have those guys as backup because
doesn't
they can
sound
do
like
the
he's-
job.
It doesn't sound like it sounds like he's going to be third string center.
Fenny?
Yeah.
Well, he's better guard than center. Let's face it. Hassenhauer's actually played well, though.
Yeah, well, they were saying that in the beginning of camp, he was potentially the starter. It sounds like Green is going to be the starter.
So my starting five, I don't know about you, but Green,
Yep.
Dotson,
Yep.
Trey Turner, who's better than a hurt
Obviously.
who's
Then
better
that's
than a
it,
hurt
right. I
DeCastro.
would
Broke
say
my heart.
DeCastro when he did.
DeCastro's a Hall of Famer, in my opinion. Broke my heart. He probably won't get in the Hall of Fame, but he could be. And I think he can come back. I actually think he can come back if he gets healthy. And then the
don't think he
tackles
will.
are Chooks, and Dan Moore's pushing Chooks.
Yeah. So that's,
Maybe by the end of the year it
that
could be
was
Dan
gonna
Moore.
My next question, though. Okay, so we want Chooks at left tackle. That's what he played in college. That's what he's more familiar with. Dan Moore, though, is a left tackle, though, as well, isn't he?
He is.
But what happens if Banner's just not as good as Chooks or Dan Moore? Who swings to the right?
Well, I think Dan Moore could play right also.
Yeah.
That's what's good about all our linemen. They're very flexible. They might not be very good, but they're very
Well, they're
flexible.
not physically flexible. I mean, they're probably the least flexible guy.
No, I think Dan Moore's going to be a stud in the long run. But
I
I
do
mean,
too.
here's what my prediction. We're gonna struggle early a little bit on the line. We're gonna have. It's just inevitable with all 5 new guys.
Yeah.
But by the end of the year, it's gonna be one of the best young lines in football.
I think so too.
And Najee Harris is a stud.
He's gonna have a 1,500.
Oh man, we need a guy like that. We
He's
needed a
gonna have
guy
a
like that.
1,500
And
yard
Pat Freiermuth was better than I thought, man.
Yeah.
That is a stud tight end. And every year we won a Super Bowl, we had a number 1 pick at running back and a stud tight end.
Yeah, that's true.
Just saying.
It's-
Don't be shocked. Don't be shocked.
There's nobody else in the AFC.
I know this is the Browns' year,
Aside from the Chiefs.
according to media.
But aside from the Chiefs, there's nobody else in the AFC that's actually dominant, though, right? I mean,
the Chiefs are due to have a down
and
year.
the Bills aren't as good as everybody says. I don't think so.
No.
And they're going to lose.
Here's the thing. All we heard about is all these changes on the Steelers. But no one else, everybody else had changes. But you don't hear about that. It's okay. Their changes are good. Ours.
Steelers don't have any depth. As if everybody else has this magical depth.
No one has depth, dude.
You know who was in the same exact cap scenario as us? The Saints. And look at what's happening to the Saints. They are in pieces. And yet we found a way to reload.
Oh, Kevin Colbert's a genius. You know what? We should know through this this is the Hall of Fame. I was lucky enough to go down there to the Hall of Fame, Gold Jacket. All these Steelers. It's a family. This is what we do. This is what we do. We reload. And, I actually met this week, not to brag. I mean, I'm not bragging. I just happened to be there. I'm nobody, but I got to meet the D-line coach. He was sitting there. I'm like, that's a D-line coach.
Sitting there puffing on a cigar.
We don't need to talk about that. But, but he was. And he was a great guy, Carl Dunbar. And I said, hey, man, defensive line's the best position group on the team. That's all you. He says, thank you. And he was.
And it is. I mean, they're so undervalued.
Yeah,
other teams too. Everybody, Aaron Donald this, Aaron Donald that. Tuitt's right there, man.
Tuitt and Hayward and Alualu came back, and that opens the door for. And Watt's going to sign too. Enough drama with that. Watt's going to sign along. If we don't sign Watt, I'm going to be mad. I'm going to call Rooney up.
They're signing Watt.
We're signing Watt, and he knows it.
I don't think he's necessarily holding out to
well, he's been there, and he's I've seen him doing drills. Right.
He's not actually holding out anything.
He's got to have some leverage.
He's just not getting injured, and I think that they're okay with that. Anyways.
And I hope they pay him $30 million a year. I really do. He deserves it.
I want to pay him a little less than that. Save a little.
Well, we can work it out the way it's less, but that's what he deserves.
It is what he deserves. The guy's dominant.
Works his ass off. Yeah. So he's a typical Steeler, and some of the guys we added are going to be great for this team, man. It makes me so excited. Highsmith looks like a monster, dude. He is going to be better than Dupree. So with Dupree, Watt, and Highsmith is better than what we had last year. Yeah. And a healthy Bush, always love Bush, and Spillane, a second-year Spillane, although he hasn't looked that great in camp. I'm a little concerned about him.
He's looked slow. It looked like he tried to put on
But he's not playing that position that Bush played last year. He's playing the other one. It should be easier.
That's what they say, but it's more pass coverage.
So I am a little worried about that, but I think he'll be fine when it comes time. And it's too early to worry. Yeah, we could always sign somebody. Williams is still out there, but he's not that great, is he?
He's slow too.
Avery Williams.
We really need a linebacker that's actually somewhat speedy. We really don't have one.
Well, here's the problem I have with the league now is everybody's going to these JOKs and these smaller, faster linebackers.
They're like safety.
They can't stop the run. Yeah. You can run over them. You need a guy like that. That's what Vince Williams was. Unfortunately, he retired. But I think Spillane would have started anyway. He knew that. That's why he retired.
I think Vince didn't want to go through camp working that hard and not get the plays. Which, I don't know. That's sad, but if he's not willing to go through it, thank you for your service.
Oh, thank God for Vince Williams and Pouncey and McDonald all retired. God bless you guys. But honestly, I think Green and Spillane and they're all going to be better in the long run. Green looks like it's been there 10 years. The dude's...
I think it's funny to go back to that. The draft profiles for both Green and Moore said that Green's, they were commenting, his arms are too small. He's not going to be able to block at the NFL level. Fine. He's fine. And then Moore, they said he's not aggressive enough. And we've seen in training camp, he's getting 4 fights already. So, talk about
Dan Moore Jr. is going to be a 10-year starter on this team, just like Green. Those are two staples of our organization. These guys know what they're doing when they draft these guys, man. That's why. We got the best scouting. Not talking about the Browns, but they've changed all scouts. They got all new scouts. We have stability, and our guys know what they're doing all the way back to Bill Nunn. Sorry, not Dunn. Yeah. Bill Nunn, what he did. And we're doing the same things today.
It's hard not to talk about the Browns when you keep hearing it, and they shove it down your throat. Well, they're going to win the division.
Well, they beat you know what? They beat us.
They won one playoff.
When people try to argue with me, though, they beat us fair and square. There was no excuse for us.
We beat ourselves, man.
We sucked. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. No fans, COVID. Let's see how we do with fans and no COVID, and let's talk then. Let's see how it turns out now. I'm sorry, I'm fired up. I can't wait to beat their ass.
I think it'll go 1-1 this year.
I do too. They actually did add some talent. I don't know how, but
They're
you don't know
not
how
gonna keep it.
you don't know how good they're going to gel, and they're going to be decent this year. But if they don't, they'll get rid of them.
You also don't know how much they're practicing, how hard they're practicing.
You don't know. I do like
I think
Stefanski.
they're cocky a little bit.
I met Jedrick Wells this year. What a great kid. But he's probably the weakest person on their line right now.
Right now,
But-
well, they're saying he's getting killed in practice by Clowney, which I don't really believe that.
Nah,
Clowney's not
Clowney
as
couldn't
big as
beat
they say.
anybody. He couldn't even win at the circus,
You
that
see
dude.
that video of Clowney at the
Falling down. Clowney,
He's
Ingram.
hitting the pad and
Now,
he's
now we
falling.
almost signed Justin Houston. Statistically, he's better than Ingram. But Ingram is head and shoulders above Clowney. The dude's had 3 sacks in 2 years. What a freaking clown. He might as well be in a
And
circus.
he got $10 million for this year.
Yeah,
10 million.
yeah. It's a joke.
Jeez, dude, I'll get more sacks than that. 10 million. Yeah, I'm good.
I got more sacks last night. I was wrestling with my pillow.
I got more than 3 sacks. think about that for a second.
Sorry,
That
Shelly.
is
I
at
mean,
least
it was
6
with you.
balls.
That's the Mooney way. We have fun with this way. This is what we do, guys. But anybody comment? Anybody saying anything right now?
We don't have any comments.
We don't go live. Right? We've never gone live, so we're not gonna have much right now. But we're gonna build this up, man. Trust me.
We're gonna keep going live. Weekly.
Yeah.
We're gonna go live weekly. We don't
Yeah.
know which day yet. I mean, it's just gonna
Right.
potentially fluctuate. Maybe Tuesdays.
We're gonna do what we did last year. We're gonna talk about the last game, and we're gonna preview the next game, and get preseason's there's no reason to preview anything. But who are the guys? To me, what I've seen in camp so far, the guys that have stood out, I think Haskins is actually a keeper.
So you'd get rid of Dobbs. That's the big
Ah,
controversy
man, Dobbs
right
looks
now.
pretty good
I
though.
know. But one of them goes to practice squad, and you know that another team.
If
is
we
gonna
cut
pick them up.
Haskins, someone's gonna pick. Either one of them could be picked.
Someone's gonna get picked up.
Yeah, a lot of people hate Mason. I'm not as down on Mason as
I'm not
other
either.
people. He's a good backup.
5-4.
I don't know if he's a
Backup.
franchise quarterback, but he's a good backup.
Yeah.
He is.
He. You know what? And people love to praise Charlie Batch for years, and I like Charlie Batch a lot.
Mason's probably
Mason's
better.
a better backup than
Yeah.
Charlie Batch was.
And here's the thing: you stop the bullshit. Ben Roethlisberger, if he plays well this year, is coming back next year and maybe the year after. He's not. No, never once said he's retiring. It's the media
Well, he said
saying
that
that.
5 years ago.
Yeah, but
For
he's
no
not.
reason.
He's not saying that.
No, and he's not geriatric. Go look
No,
at. I mean,
look at his
people
stats.
If you looked at our intro to this video, you can see the dude can throw. He threw all over the place.
And you
last
know
year.
he's gonna be.
33
Give him a running game. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Then let's see what happens, bitches. Yeah, yeah. So we love the Steelers. We're not homers. They have some flaws. I'm concerned about the
Oh,
O
we've
line.
called him out last year. We called him out.
I'm concerned about Tomlin. I mean, Ben's not playing this preseason game. Should he not be playing?
I don't think he should be. Well, I think he should be in one of them. Maybe the last preseason game.
Is he going to be ready for Buffalo when he doesn't play this new system?
I think he should be in the last. Well, he doesn't practice that much either. That's the one thing I still like.
He's practiced more this year than he ever has. I'll give him that.
Really?
Yeah, he has.
I mean, every time I look, I feel like they say he's not practicing.
No, he's practiced. He didn't practice when I was there the other day, but he's practiced every day. No, he has.
Well, you were there to see. They didn't have him out.
Well, it was his day off. But they have practiced. They have practiced. But all the OTAs, he's never done that. His arm feels better. He said he's not. He had to rehab that arm a lot last year, which people don't realize. He came off major surgery. He may not. Most people never recover.
To ever come off that surgery.
Right.
To compete at a professional level.
And, it was COVID. Let's face it. It was freaking COVID. Let's not forget about COVID.
Well, you're talking.
Sorry, I get
We're not
excited.
going to talk about COVID after this video. COVID's done. On
It was a
this
big
channel.
part of last year and
It
the
was.
problems we have.
But even then, though, I mean, you're talking like we did poorly. We went 12-4 last year.
Right, we
My
did.
prediction was 11-5. Yours was 12-4.
That's true.
I mean,
But we lost to one of the worst teams in football, in my opinion. A team that could have been 6-10.
I just don't look at the team and feel.
But they do have good running backs. I mean, they kicked our ass. They kicked our ass. What can I say?
But they're not going to have that talent for very long.
No.
Baker Mayfield's coming up for $40 million a year.
Good.
Which
I
is
hope they pay
fucking
his dumb ass.
Fantastic. Pay him.
But
If
anyway.
people think he's that good. Pay him. Yeah, but back
Yeah.
to Steelers. And Lamar Jackson too.
No, he's another joke.
gonna
I mean, he's a
run the
great
fucking-
athlete.
But yeah, in 2 years he's going to be wrinkly and geriatric. He's done.
He can't run like
he's
that.
He's going to get hit.
Am I still
done.
on? My mic's moving around on me. Am I good?
Talk into it.
Am I good?
Yeah. you're good.
Okay. So, back to the Hall of Famers. We need to honor those guys. We need to talk about that for a second.
Yeah.
Palomalu, Faneca, Bill Nunn, and Cower. That was a
Faneca
great
was
weekend,
a
man.
couple
I cried watching those videos. And they all talked about one thing, the Steeler way.
Yeah.
The Steeler way. Family, football, and how we just reload. No other team is like that. You telling me Nelson and Bud Dupree and those guys that left are going to be just as good? I can't wait to see that. I'm tracking that shit this year.
I think Bud Dupree will find success under Mike Vrabel. I do. I don't think he'll be as good.
Not as good.
He was good, pretty good with
another injury, and that dude's done. I mean, I love the guy. It's not his fault.
Before Watt came, Bud Dupree didn't do anything.
You can't blame Bud.
Right. No. He got that money. He deserved it.
But if it was me, I'd say, you know what, I'm staying with you, the Steeler. I'm a Steeler. I'm staying for less money. But that's me.
I don't think Hilton should have left for what he got because he didn't get much more than we would have given him.
He's a joke.
Yeah.
He really hasn't played that well. He's had time. He played well. He's a good player. He's a hard guy to replace. But
we can figure it out.
He really, there were some times when, even the playoff game, he was terrible.
That is a shame of it, though, because if Nelson would have pulled his stunt earlier, we could have ended up keeping Hilton or somebody else.
Nelson was pissed because he asked for, I believe he asked for more money.
In a year that we can't pay more money.
Right, we couldn't do it. And then they said, you want us to seek for trade for you? He said yes.
And then
nobody wanted him. Then he said, I'm being held hostage as a slave, so they cut him.
Working at Philadelphia for 1 year for $4 million.
And it sucks because he was a good corner.
Yeah.
Better than what we have now, let's face it.
He would have made more if he would have just shut up and stayed on the team, though.
And that's my only the offensive line, and those two things are my only word. But don't worry, if we struggle, they're gonna find somebody because someone's gonna cut somebody, and we may even trade for that kid from Jacksonville, which would be a good trade, I think.
Okay.
He got hurt last year. It was his second year. He got hurt. I can't remember his name, but they're looking to trade him.
Corner?
Yeah, he got hurt, and they drafted another corner. I looked at it today. I can't remember his name, but he's a good player, and that would be a great pickup for us.
Speaking of DBs, one more piece of news that went way under the radar this year. Terrell Edmonds. These fucking Edmonds. Terrell Edmonds, we didn't pick up his fifth-year option. Is that solely because of the salary cap scenario, or is that you don't think they're going to keep him?
He's average.
He's average. I would agree with that. He's improved slightly.
Yeah, he has. He's a good dude, though. He is a good dude.
And he's a good teammate.
He is a very good teammate. You know what? We're going to have so much cap room next year. Well, if we want anybody, him or Chooks, both of them are free agents.
That's the funny thing.
If they play well, we're re-signing them both.
If Ben stays healthy next year, if we don't win this year, next year could be the year. I mean, we've got so much
That's
money.
kind of what I'm thinking.
Buy anybody.
If this year we
show we can still compete.
We go to the AFC Championship maybe and lose. Next year we win it. I mean, it'll be one or the other. I really honestly believe that.
The amount
do.
of money we have, man, for next year is insane.
And I'm going to rub it in the Browns. I'm going to say this was supposed to be your Super Bowl.
We've always held
Don't
back.
cry.
We've always held
Don't
back.
cry.
Yep.
But it's ours now.
We always held back.
Sorry, I know you wanted it, son, but Daddy had to have it one more time.
What? No, we never lived it in people's faces before, but now we're going to. So.
Yeah, because we took a lot of flack, man, living here in this area.
What are you looking up?
The Jags corner name. We took a lot of flack living in this area from these Clowns fans, man. They've won one time in 30 years, and we had to hear about it.
Yeah, and then they're never going to... I mean, I'm going to rub it into everybody's faces.
I can't find it. It's terrible. It's bad to do this.
Okay.
Joshua Scott. Who is that? Never heard of the guy. Jaguars are going to suck, too, again, anyway, by the way.
Did you say... Urban Meyer said that Lawrence may not be their starting quarterback?
C.J. Henderson's his name.
Yeah, I know. Did you see with Urban Meyer?
What is it?
He said Lawrence may not be their starting quarterback.
Is it going to be Tim Tebow?
Yeah, I said that. I actually said that. I thought that'd be hilarious. That'd be funny. No, it's they're apparently Minshew is competing quite a bit, but.
Oh, well, Minshew works hard. You got to admit.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, that's what we got. Pretty good episode. I think I don't have anything else.
Sorry.
We're rewatching apparently.
Yeah, I was going to share it. We got a lot of followers on Facebook and stuff. We've tried to build this up, and a lot of Facebook people don't go to YouTube.
Yeah.
Are we still going to be on Spotify or not for this?
Yeah, we'll still be on Spotify. I'll upload this one tomorrow, though.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
It's not going to be live.
Yeah, so pretty much we got the second preseason game. Everything's going good. We don't have any major injuries.
Right.
We'll do roster predictions and stuff like
As
that.
we get closer, yeah.
Right. We just wanted to pretty much go over the offseason, how we felt. I mean, our videos you saw, our Thursday thoughts, everything we've done, you've seen how we felt. And we do have other jobs, so we've been working. But we love the Steelers, and we're doing great. We're going to be just fine, just like I said. I still believe that.
Season still.
Oh, yeah.
We'll compete. We have a hard schedule, but we'll compete.
If we don't, we'll let you know.
I'd rather have a hard schedule, too.
I think with guys like Harris and Claypool is going to be a beast.
Yeah.
Derek Watt's going to be a great player, fullback.
He's actually looking really...
Killebrew and special teams. Wow.
Yeah. Derek Watt's actually playing a lot in camp.
Right,
and
we actually said that in one of our videos that he was going to with this offense.
Yeah.
You know what? Feetner was an idiot. Let's face it, and so was our O-line coach.
What a shame that held us back for a couple of years.
I like Randy, but
I wish we wouldn't have gotten rid of Todd Haley. I thought he was an asshole, but sometimes you need that.
He actually
his offense worked.
Yeah, it did.
We put up a lot of points.
Yeah, and let's hope that we can do the same with Canada.
Yeah.
But, defense, I'm not worried about anything but, like you said, corner and offensive line. Those are things that we need to watch in preseason, guys.
Like you said, the offensive line by the end
sometimes
of the season,
youth's not bad, though. I think we'll be good by the end.
Yeah, I don't know. Third string corner or slot corner are what worries me.
But we got a lot of...
Pierre isn't as good as people were saying he was going to be.
I don't know. He's looked good so far, man.
He didn't look good in that preseason game.
No, he didn't. You're right. You're right.
People say in camp he's kicking ass, but maybe he was just nervous.
There was no...
game.
But our defense is predicated on pressure, though. You get pressure, then... You don't have to hold up.
Starts compiling.
No one can cover anybody for more than 3 seconds.
Well, some people can.
Because you can't even grab them. It's not. You can't. You get penalized.
Yeah.
So hey, man, we're back. Steel Studio.
We'll do another live.
Subscribe. Yes.
And we'll do.
And anybody email us what's the email, Mike?
steelstudiopodcast@gmail.com.
Please, and we'll read your emails. Anybody wants to come on a show with us, we'll figure it out. We'll get you on here.
Yep.
And we're all about the fans.
Hey, Yin's Nation Sport. Hey, he's
Is he on?
Yeah.
Oh, those guys are great, man.
As we're coming to the end here, man. Yeah, you guys are legit.
What'd he do?
He just said, how you guys doing?
Oh, man, we got to collaborate with them. They're good dudes.
Yeah.
And I got some things coming
Facebook,
up with some music, too, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes, man. It's great. It's great. The love we've gotten and the support and the following and the emails and the love and from Steelers players and families and
everybody.
It's been great, man. We're just father and son, man. That's all we are.
There's camaraderie when you run into people in public.
Yeah, those guys are good dudes, too.
Yeah.
They're good dudes. Although he did say he's going to be a Browns fan. I heard him say, I'm a Browns fan, and Browns are going to be good forever. He was joking. He was being sarcastic. He goes, Browns are going to win every game, 16-0. We're going 0-16. Look it up on Twitter. It's hilarious. I laughed my ass off.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
So he's tired of hearing it, too. So, all right, man. Hey.
Yeah. We'll see you guys next week.
All right. Steel Studio.
Steel Studio.